So if you know me or don't know me, my wife and I have a daughter on the way in the next few months. And it's crazy because now I'm going through, I'd say, fatherhood prep. Now, what is that to me and why is this important? I've never been a dad. I'm not a dad yet. But what I've seen is a new parent say, this is a huge life change. Things are going to be harder, even though everything from a baby is like a blessing and it's so great. Like the reality is like there's a lot of difficulties, there's a lot of changes, there's a lot of times where you're not getting a lot of sleep. So hold up, wait a second. If you have not subscribed to the channel, I would really appreciate it because I want to get these subscribers up so I can keep just pumping out content for you all because I love doing it and I hope that it helps you all. Now back to the video. I have went through, I like prepping for things. I like being as prepared as possible. And I went about this kind of fatherhood prep. I keep putting in air quotations because you can only be prepared as you think that you are. And then something hits out of the blue and you're like, I've never been here. This prep could not help at all. So that's why I will get back to you all after this video at some other time and say, hey, if it worked or if it didn't. But the first thing that I've been doing is doing hard things, doing things when I don't feel like doing it, because what I've realized is sometimes life inconveniences you. And even if it's the biggest and best blessing in the world, it can still be an inconvenience and it can be tough. And you might not have a lot of sleep and you might not want to do things at the time. That's part of the reason why I went into a 4-month, very intensive high rocks prep. When you all see this video, it might be over. I'm filming this about a week or two before my actual high rocks event. And so, but I went to a very, very intense prep where 4 out of the 6 training days a week, I was doing 2-a-days, right? And I was doing them at times where probably not the best, or probably not the times where I really want to do it. I'm always up at 4:45. I'm hitting a heavy training session. I'm getting my day started. Meetings start for me early. And then later in the afternoon, I'm hitting another session. So I'm just trying to do hard things because I realize that although a baby is going to be such a blessing and we're so excited and everything, there's going to be some hard things. There's going to be some, different challenges that we have to face. And I don't want to be somebody who, when something hard hits, I just sit back and quit. I say, oh, okay, cool. I've been here and I want my mind primed to be like, when there's something that's hard, but we want to get it done, we just get it done. Doesn't matter how we feel, we make it happen. Number 2 is making space for being present. So if you all know me, and I've talked about this on a lot of other videos, like I'm not typically the most present person because I'm just go, go, go. I'm an overthinker. I'm a very logic-based person. I just want to go based on logic in binary, like ones and zeros. And like, this is, if we do this, then this. And life isn't always like that. And so what I've really done a lot of in the past few months is just making space for being extremely present and just making sure my phone's put away. When I'm not doing work, I'm not doing work. And when, I'm on walks with Carly and the pups and when I'm with my family, that's all that I'm focused on. I'm not focused on social media. I'm not focused on any sort of training aspect. I'm not focused on work. I'm just fully present in the moment, because what I don't want to do is have a baby come into the world and then miss out on all of her amazing new things that she's learning because I'm so wrapped up in myself. I'm so wrapped up in what I'm trying to accomplish and everything else. Where there's always a time and place for that. But when I'm, being a dad, it's like, no, the time and place is to be extremely present. My dad, he's amazing. We grew up, he was the most present person in my life, and both my mom and my dad, but also just like seeing it from a father figure, and still is. I call him to this day, doesn't matter what he's doing, he'll stop what he's doing and just be on the phone. He'll talk, he lives 6 miles, both my parents live 6 miles up the street now, so it's great because we're close to family, but they're both just so present. So that's the thing that I want to add to my family, is just making sure that I'm extremely present. And so what better way than to get practice? And then number 3 and last thing is cutting out non-essential time sucks. Now, it's very easy when you have all the time in the world. And it's funny, like Carly and I were having a conversation a few nights ago after kind of how, let me backtrack. Let me give you a little bit of context. So how our day goes, wake up, we go to the gym, work out, come home. We both work from home, get our work done. Dinner's made. I make dinner. She makes dinner. And then after that, like we'll walk the pups. We'll take the pups outside. And then we might have some chill time on the couch. She'll be working on some side projects. I might be working on some side project stuff. And then we'll have like an hour before bed where we'll throw on Netflix or something like that. But what I realized was, we're joking. I was like, man, like this is a lot of time where we're just kind of like doing the things that we want. And so now, down the road, it's going to be like bedtime. It's going to be, for our daughter, it's going to be, can't even think of the word now. I'm not even dead yet. That's going to be bath time. It's going to be playtime. It's going to be all of these things where in those moments where we typically have downtime, we don't have downtime. So what I've realized is there's a lot of things, or not a lot of things that were, but there were things that I was just like non-essential time sucks. I'll use social media as one, just a non-essential time suck. It's there. It just, kind of takes hold of your mind, and now you're just in some, doom scroll, and it just doesn't matter. It adds no value. So what I've tried to do is be more mindful of those non-essential time sucks and then just eliminate them, and then be very, very present, because knowing that, hey, during this time and when our daughter comes, like, I want to not only just be present, but I don't want to sit back and be like, oh, there's other things that I really, really need to be doing or whatever. It's like, no, like, I've just already established these are non-essential. I don't need them. They're already in that bucket. And when they're already in that bucket, when they're not there, I'm not even worried about it. So these are things right now that I'm doing to be prepared. And I don't think that these are just, if you're becoming a dad, you should be doing these. I think that if you are, trying to just mature as an individual, I think these are very, very good things that you can do. Again, number one, just do hard things. Try to do something that's hard, that's challenging, that pushes you outside of your comfort zone. And you don't have to be great at it. It's just putting yourself in a position where when something hard happens, you just don't automatically quit and go towards what's the most safe or what feels the most comfortable. Number two, just making space for being present. Life goes by fast. Even though it's long, it goes by fast. And so it's very easy to not be present in this social media age where we can just scroll, we can just get distracted and everything. It's very easy to not be present, but trying to be present, because we only get a certain amount of time with our family members, our friends, and those times we want to just soak it up as much as we can. Number three, cutting out non-essential things. Not everything's essential. Not everything needs our time and attention. So cutting those things out, I promise you, it'll help. I say I promise you it'll help. I will see if it helps from a fatherhood standpoint. From a life standpoint, I promise you that helps. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.